Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the most half and half game of all time, I'd say, or at least of the last few years, Vanguard. Now, before I talk about Vanguard, this video is really late. I meant to make this only about 3 or 4 weeks into Vanguard, and this is probably, 2 months in now? So, my opinions have changed slightly, but they're pretty much the same. Vanguard's a good game. I said it, everybody knows it. It's good. It's not as good as Modern Warfare and a lot of its mechanics. I think its guns play nicer, but that's all I think. I think that the spawn points are absolutely atrocious. While, yeah, they can make it for insane clips that make you get a 15 Pete, but, you can get spawn camped by a guy holding an MP40 who's going to two-shot you in the limb. Oh yeah, there's an SMG who can two-shot you. This game had horrible bouncing when it first dropped. I mean, shotguns were way overpowered. SMGs were way overpowered. ARs were way overpowered. There were things that were completely unusable, and then there were things that were so utterly broken that you could not manage to beat them. Like the STG from any range was borderline unbeatable unless you're running a similarly OP gun like the automation or MP40. But it wasn't all terrible. I think some of the things with the balancing were really interesting. Like how you could have very hardcore like gameplay but not have the hardcore setting. It's just very, very interesting to me, as I've never been somebody to play hardcore, so I didn't understand how that was. Now that I've tried both, I still like normal mode more, but I prefer the speed of hardcore. So, whenever I'm able to, two-shot somebody with an SMG, it kind of reminds me of hardcore. But even so, that's not a good thing. I shouldn't be able to two-shot somebody with an SMG that can hold 64 rounds. This game has a lot more attachments than the previous CODs, having 10 instead of 5. I think that's pretty cool because actually a lot of CODs could allow you to have 6 attachments, as you could have a reticle and then 5 other attachments. But this one brings 10 to the table. 10. It's absurd. You can create a gun that doesn't even look like the original model. It looks like some prehistoric dinosaur, or it looks like some modern piece of machinery that is well beyond its time. It's a very interesting system. Realistic? No. Really cool and very, very broken? Yes. Now, when it comes to pure enjoyability of this game, I'd have to say that's its main draw. It's very fast paced, it's very fun to play. It's very broken, but it's very enjoyable. There's never been a time where I've been playing Vanguard and I've just hated my experience. I've always had some sort of passion to play it. Unlike every other game I've ever played, this game has always really been, enjoyable. Even when I'm getting absolutely thunder pumped by everybody in the lobby running a freaking combat shotgun and a riot shield. While that's annoying, I'm still having fun because when I go out and I kill 6 of them in a row, I get this rush because I just wiped that entire team off the map like it was nothing, which you can't do in really any other COD that I've played. Now, mind you, while I started playing COD at around BO3, I wasn't really into the multiplayer side till later. So, the slower pace CODs is what I started with. So, for the people who are like, oh, I got 6 Peats and 7 Peats and these aren't even numbers that were in these old games all the time. You just don't know what they are because you never played them. Yeah, it's almost as if I'm not 94. Now to talk about the main drawbacks of this game. It's got horrible balancing, absolutely terrible spawn points, and some of the maps are some of the worst I've ever played. Now, while Dome isn't original to this game, this is easily one of the worst maps I've played. While Dome isn't the map I'm currently playing, it's DOS House, which is the improved form of Shoot House. I'm retarded. It's just awful. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've played and I've been like, this is bad, but I can appreciate the craftsmanship behind it. I can't on Dome. It's just terrible. I can never find any cover. There's like 4 different spots to exploit. And there are so many different ways you can just get ran up on and never know. Because this game has the older style CODs, very, very limited audio. Which I like, but I also don't like it when I'm in a big dome with no cover. Now onto something that's a bit more positive. DOS House. This is the best map in this game. Don't at me. Shipment's fun too. Yeah, I can drop 130 kills on that really easily. I have more fun playing this map. It's just great. Everything's on it is just designed well. It's really fast. A bunch of great cover. It really makes you use the cover that's available. Even though there isn't a ton, you can use it very, very well if you start learning the map. And it's just a ton of fun. I mean, you can go and get 12 kills on this map in the first 10 seconds. I mean, it's just great. But even though we went on a nice thing for a little bit, let's take one more left turn back into Badville. This game's atrocious audio. I'm not talking about the very, very minimal footsteps. I'm talking about the fact that when I hear myself shooting, it sounds like there's somebody behind me. Now, I've checked if it was an issue with my headphones in this game. I've checked a lot of things. I get this issue all the time. Sometimes it corrects itself, but very rarely does it. And while I've learned to play around it, and I've checked every setting, I've made sure that, inverted audio's off. I've even tried to invert my audio to see if that worked. It kept it the exact same. And it's only with this game. I don't know if anybody else gets this. It's been in the game since launch, and it might be just me, and that's why I still get this glitch. But I have this issue, and it's only with this game. I don't get it with any other game, with anything really. Nothing with audio really messes up as bad as this game does, but this game messes up really bad on audio. Well, I think that wraps it up for now. That's my small little piece on this game. I think it's really fun, and it's a good game. I think it's got terrible balancing. I know I didn't really go in depth with the balancing, but I kind of wanted to make a whole video on the combat shotgun, or whichever shotgun. All the shotguns really are crazy broken. I wanted to make a video separate on them, just discussing how broken they are. But, until then, peace.